Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our show, Gary Sir's Law and Life. Today marks the very first episode of our exciting new series. So let's take a moment to start things off by introducing Gary Sir. Gary Sir is an extremely recognizable, highly respected, well-known, and truly legendary figure right here in the city of Vancouver. Is that so? Well, I don't know about being famous.
But I'm definitely recognizable, of course, because I have a moustache and not many people have one.
Exactly. So when Vancouver residents mentioned that RCMP officer with the moustache, everyone immediately thinks of Gary Sir. But now Gary Sir is not only a retired RCMP officer, he's also a part of the entertainment industry. Really? How come I didn't know that? So tell us your life story, because many viewers really want to know. From 80-year-old grandmothers to 8-year-old children, everyone wants to know about Gary Sir's life experiences. We hope that in this show, we can hear you share it with us personally. Actually, there are many different life
experiences that people go through. In these experiences, I sincerely hope that all the listeners or viewers can gain something meaningful from them. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, throughout my life's journey, there are a few important things I want to highlight. That is, everyone should have their own personal goals. Only when you have a clear and specific goal can you have a so-called direction or a well thought out plan on how to achieve that goal. But within that, there must be two important elements. One is persistence and the other is self-confidence. Actually, I have many good friends who care for me, whether in Hong Kong or in Canada. Many people feel that I am very upright or very majestic. Actually, I think this is just praise. But if you talk about my sense of justice and uprightness, I think there's a bit of a reason that starts from when I was a child.
That's great. We finally get to hear Gary Sir tell us stories from his past.
Back in the day, yes.
Back in the day?
Yes.
Let's bring back some of those memories first.
Yes. Actually, I grew up in Hong Kong with my parents, of course. I have 4 older brothers and 1 older sister. I'm the youngest. I remember back then when I was very young, I most clearly remember my sister was in the Red Cross wearing a uniform. My brother was in St. John's Ambulance. So I started to have a so-called uniform complex. Plus my father was a businessman in Hong Kong, so he knew many people in various circles, including those in the police force. Friends from the police force would often visit my father. Many times I would even play with their guns. Of course, they were unloaded. With all the bullets removed, I'd play with their guns, play with their handcuffs, and sometimes wear the hats from their uniforms. This made me really like uniform. I felt a sense of justice there.
A sense of pride, and maybe...
It's a sense of pride. So I really wanted to join the St. John Ambulance, but my brother told me, forget it, you're too young. So I thought I have to do it somehow. Since I couldn't join St. John, I joined the Boy Scouts. I was in the Boy Scouts for a few years. Then my brother, because he was in St. John Ambulance, he met many members from different government units. So he said to me, hey, the Hong Kong Volunteers, they have a youth corps. Do you want to join? And then I asked, what is it? He said, they have guns and shooting practice. I heard that and thought, wow, more exciting than Scouts. So I tried to apply and I actually got in. Originally, for the cadets, the volunteers, you could join at 12 years old. I applied at 14. So I missed 2 years. Once I got in, I quit the Boy Scouts. I was so happy to have shooting training and all. Now, what I want to share with everyone is about self-confidence and persistence. I remember my performance there was very good. I worked very hard. Many officers really liked me. Then there was a promotion round. I remember clearly 10 people were promoted. I wasn't one of them. Wow. I was so disappointed at the time. So after they finished the promotions, I went and spoke to the officer, the highest ranking one even. I said, hey, why didn't I get promoted? Wow, you had some nerve.
I really did. Wow, you're so brave.
I still remember that officer's name was Ip. He was a captain. Captain, I asked, why didn't I get promoted? He said, oh, we missed you. He really said that. We missed you. As a result, I was promoted the following week. After that, my career just took off.
So it seems you have to fight for it and speak up.
Confidence, exactly. Persistence. That's right. Striving for the top. Exactly. I felt like I deserved it, you know. Hey, you usually praise me, so why no promotion? Then I graduated from high school in Hong Kong. I joined the immigration department. Another uniform job. I was top of my class.
Seems you were a top student as a kid.
Really, I didn't bully anyone. I was just quite good at studying. After working at immigration for a few years, I then came to Canada. I did grade 13 in Toronto, then studied business admin, and I've been in Canada ever since.
Oh, so Gary's experience is very well rounded. You are a civil servant and have a business background. It really seems like your whole upbringing, honestly, is just so incredibly inspiring to hear about.
Actually, I'm very grateful because I feel that sometimes in our destiny, I believe there's a higher power controlling our fate. But you also have to strive and work hard. I'm also grateful because I had a strict upbringing. My older brothers and sisters were very independent. They set a great example for me. So many things I did were self-motivated. Often I'd join activities without anyone telling me to. I still remember the first time. Back then, Commercial Radio Hong Kong had a kids show. I wrote a letter myself back then, before phones and computers were popular. I wrote a letter to apply, and surprisingly, they let me go on a children's show. Since then, I've found working at a radio station to be quite fun.
It seems that the seed for your on-camera work was planted when you were very young, and you're undeniably very talented.
Yes, thank you.
So I'd like to hear about your transition from Hong Kong, where you grew up, to immigrating to Canada. What kind of unique experiences did you have?
Well, after I immigrated to Canada, as I mentioned, I finished high school and then university. After graduation, I really wanted to be a police officer. Back then, I met all the requirements, but I wasn't a citizen yet. I was just an immigrant. So I thought about how to make it easier to join the RCMP, and that's why I joined the reserves. I feel the training I received in the reserves helped me a bit when joining the police force. But back then, joining the RCMP, especially for those of us from Hong Kong who weren't born here, was a long process, taking about a year and a half. So for a while, I actually went back to Hong Kong for 3 years. During the day, I taught economics at a high school.
So you really were Teacher Gary.
At night, I served as an auxiliary officer. Luckily, I graduated top of my class and received the Silver Whistle Award. I was assigned to a great unit, the New Territories Emergency Unit, where I learned a lot. Then I came back in 1995, applied for the RCMP, and got in on my first try.
It seems to me that Gary is not only confident and goal-oriented, as you summarised, but I also find you to be very hardworking. In one lifetime, you've experienced what others might in two. Yes, so I find you truly worth learning from.
I also have a lot to learn from others, and honestly, I'm reminded of this every day. I truly believe in lifelong learning. It's something I value deeply. In fact, I've learned quite a lot today just by paying attention to those around me. The saying, learning has no end, is so true, and it really resonates with me. You know what era we're in? The AI era, a time when technology is advancing rapidly. We must keep up with the times and continue to adapt. Of course, I believe a person's core principles, mindset, and even values basically won't change. But of course, the tools around us will change, so we must keep pace with the times.
Right. So I've come to realize that no matter the generation, hearing Gary share his life experiences today truly brings a lot of inspiration to everyone. I honestly believe that your journey from joining the RCMP will lead to even more amazing things in the future. Things the audience is curious about, right? So let's save it for the next episode, where we'll share some of Gary's thrilling stories after joining the RCMP. How does that sound?
Of course, that's great.
Okay.